Anna. Welcome to Whistle Talks, episode 13. It's such a pleasure to have you here with us.
Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's a great pleasure.
Before we jump into the topic, could you maybe give us a little bit of background about your career and how you got into the industry of email? A bit of an introduction.
Sure. Yes, it's an interesting story. So I started my marketing career about 12, 13 years ago, working with a very classic media like radio and newspapers, basically everything that is barely measurable. And then I shifted to digital marketing, and now I lead lifecycle and CRM at Doorloop. Doorloop is a property management software, B2B. Prior to my marketing career, I actually graduated. I have a degree in history and a major anthropology and ethnology. So basically, what I do now, analyzing users, using a variety of different dashboards and reports, I was doing the same, but only with pen and paper, talking to people, trying to segment and find different correlations.
Oh, that's such an interesting past. I really, really love that. I think you're so well experienced and have such a vast knowledge of different types of marketing. So before we jump into the topic, which is the future of email, I have to ask a question that everybody's probably guessing. Are we going to speak about AI today?
Of course, there is no any podcast without speaking about AI nowadays.
Absolutely.
We're definitely gonna touch this topic, but email is evolving, even if it's considered a little bit like a old-fashioned channel. So there are some updates even beside of AI.
You are very much go by the philosophy that email is not dead. And I love that. I
Yeah,
think that ties in so well with the topic we're going to be speaking about today and how much power and how much variation there is in email. Um, so since the coming of AI and all of that, what are some changes that you've seen in the past year in the field of email?
So, first of all, email is getting a little bit more technical. So, if even 5, 10 years ago, you probably heard that, oh, you shouldn't put sale or free or 50% off in your subject line. Otherwise, this email immediately will go to spam folder. Or you shouldn't use specific words or don't make a button like red color. So, I'm not saying that it's completely irrelevant now, but now it's getting more about like security, authentication, domain, IP reputation. So I see that in the technical part of email is growing significantly. Another thing, number two, is that email is getting more interactive because the technological part is growing. So there are new solutions like interactive emails, AMP email. So basically, this provides an opportunity to engage with the user within the email. For example, if a company sends a survey, so instead of clicking and be redirected to the landing page, user can submit their survey, their response within the email. It's not working for all the platforms yet. I mean, it's mostly for Gmail, for Yahoo, but hopefully it will be for majority of the platforms. And I think the last thing about the changes is automation. There is a strong trend in reducing manual processes. For example, building templates, QAing templates, make sure that it's perfectly seen in a dark mode and in a regular mode. There are so many great startups and companies that helps, for example, to immediately transfer design to HTML and upload it to the platform.
With what you said now, How are these technological advancements changing the way people work in their day-to-day lives, being a marketer or a sales rep?
It's a good one because I think the main advantage that we have is we reduce time on a manual job, and by using automation, so it means we marketers, we will have more time actually to see what our competitors doing, to come up with ideas, to have an inspiration, because oftentimes I feel that we have a calendar, we have a priority of the task, and there is no blue sky thinking or time to search for inspiration. Also, all these changes, the technical changes, they help companies that use that to stand out in inbox. I think all of us seen the tiny logo in the inbox that is next to the send name. Usually, like e-commerce companies, they love using this. It's called Be Me. So you might think that it's just you need to upload your logo, but it's a little bit more complex. So you need to get a certification, but things like that. It's very visual, and it's very everyone can see it in their inbox, but at the same time there is like a technology behind that. And of course, within, like, if all the platforms integrated, if a company collects the data, it helps to build more personalized communication. And I think the good example of this is like each of us, received an email after a webinar that you haven't attended but only registered. You receive, oh, thank you for attending, and you're like, I didn't really.
Fair point. And you mentioned data. Could you
Yeah.
speak about the importance of data for email marketing? I'm assuming it's very important.
That's crucial. And again, I'm not saying that we shouldn't focus on subject line and visuals, but it's better to focus on these ones that all platforms are speaking to each other, because if there is no a clear data, it will be difficult to get insights from users. And as an example, I can tell you, like, the majority of SaaS platforms, if we are talking about the Mirror, Mandy.com, you register on the platform and you have a small, like, onboarding process, asking what department you are from, how you are planning to use this platform, and you fill this onboarding, and obviously this is a clear information, clear insights. But within, like, let's say half a year, within a year, your priorities might change. Like, you might have another task. So if company is not tracking what user actually doing, for example, I'm saying I'm working for marketing, but the boards, the action that I'm taking clearly shows that I'm, like, using it for dev purposes or for financial. So these are this will allow to, again, if we have enough insights, we can properly personalize. Just giving another example, more also like on B2B side, here at Durloop, our target audience is property managers, landlords. So because we have lead scoring process, and we have, like, online, let's say, pre-qualification. So while user is filling the form, we can already identify those users who fail to be qualified, and instead of sending unqualified lead to account executive, we would rather send them, like, different information, or suggest a different solution that they might be looking for.
Do you expect data to become the main priority for marketers in the future?
Yeah, definitely. Again, I don't want to say that all the copy will be made by AI, and there
Yeah.
won't be, like, any personal touch. Uh, no, but why we need more, like, accurate data is because I know that email has this sort of, like, label, like a spam label, whatever. I receive this email from a specific brand, they again send me something irrelevant. So why this spam label exists? Because there are tons of companies that sending unrelated, unpersonalized messages in the in the wrong time. Why it's happening? Because they're obviously lacking the data. Like no one will do this purposely. Obviously, every company wants to generate more income. On the other hand, I see that leveraging data, it helps marketers also to get more independent from dev team, from data team, because I'm sure there will be like marketing folks listening to us, and even the sales folk is saying, "Oh, I need this dashboard. Or I need to track a new event, and it's gonna be only in a new sprint, which is happening in 1 month." Things like track events, build new member attributes, new properties. This should be within like the marketing department.
The topic that we were all waiting for, AI. How has AI influenced the industry of email?
So first of all, like it's copy wise, but it's very tricky because I think all of us receive these AI generated emails, and you can notice this, you can see that. The same I can say about any content like posts on LinkedIn or articles, but AI do help, however, to create emails to get some inspiration. It also helps with some coding. For example, you can upload the HTML file and it can be adjusted. I'm particularly talking about accessibility because it's very, very important to make email accessible for everyone, for people who use readers, who cannot like access the text itself. So AI can help somehow. Again, it's not going to be perfect, but they can help with this. Analyze, A/B test, help with reports. Um, it doesn't mean that AI can do something significantly different from what we are doing, but it can help us and like sort of navigate if we guide AI programs correctly, right? Because anyways, you need a human touch. I want more people to join email marketing field and more colleagues start working with email. So I think it's also great opportunity to enter like marketing field, marketing operational life cycle. AI again can guide new juniors.
AI is definitely not the solution, but it can definitely help aid the process along and maybe fasten the process up a little bit just to be there to help. But can't use or lose the human touch, which is very, very important.
Use AI technology like prediction models, for
Yes.
example, a lead score or churn prediction, that definitely will help. But if you only rely on this without like analyzing the data that you receive, it's gonna not gonna be beneficial.
Future of email is looking bright, and you shouldn't have any fears.
So as you said, yeah, I see the future very bright, and I'm sure that email will grow. And I already see more interest, more events, more marketers are talking about this, about the email. And I think the reason behind that is, first of all, consider email is like your home. I sort of giving my email address, I'm giving a key to someone, inviting to come to my house. And if company slash person respectful to my house, I will be happy to see them again. If they're spammers, they are not no longer
Exactly.
welcome. So it's very personal touch. And also, I like to say that email is not owned by any country or company. Yes, we do have updates from Google, from Gmail, from Yahoo. We all know about that, but yet it's not the platform, like not the channel, like any social media platform that can be closed tomorrow, let's say.
That's such a great example for everyone to remember, the example of giving someone a key to your house. I love that. Well, Anna, thank you so much for being a guest on Whistle Talks. It's been such a pleasure to have you, and we hope to get you back in the future.
Thank you so much for inviting me. Email is not dead.
I love that. What a great way to end off.